Let's talk in terms of the John Davidson philosophy here, and obviously you've been out in the Canadian wilderness, traveling through snowstorms, etc., seeing some games, or actually exhibition games, preseason games for Canada in the upcoming World Junior. You're out east watching the Quebec League. How good is the draft this year? And in light of the fact the Jackets have 3 first-round picks and, of course, an early second-round pick.
Yeah, the draft is deep this year, and I love to hear that. It's interesting this year, as I've been at this type of position with 2 teams now. This is by far the best the Quebec League, the Quebec Junior League has been as far as depth goes with quality players to be drafted. You're going to see a lot of players in the first round of the Quebec League this year. Europe is strong, Western Canada is strong, Ontario is strong, the US is strong, so it's a deep draft. We, I think, as an organization, and we've talked about it with our guys, fully realize the importance. When you work at building assets up and get 3 in the first round, and then you're going to have your second rounder on top of it, that's a huge part of your future. And I think as we move along here, fans, with myself in this position, are going to be watch a team that's going to grow together. There's going to be a lot of youth here, and there's going to be a depth of youth. And when you have a depth of youth, when you get to the point where you figure out who your goal, and there's a lot of goalies that have been drafted here, and we'll see who those guys are going to be. We'll see who the defensemen are going to be. We'll see who the forwards are going to be, and you're going to have assets left over. And good players who are going to want to play if it's not here somewhere else. Well, we'll do something, and then maybe strengthen up another area by moving one of the players that is in a depth position for us. So it's a process. I can hardly wait to get it all going here when the puck drops. I can hardly wait to get to the draft to see how that works. And I just know that when you get the people in place, you really sense that this is a good thing, and then it's about development on top of it. We also feel here with the Blue Jackets, we are going to compete. We're going to work our tails off, and we want leadership out of our guys because that has to be handed down to these young people. Leadership is, from your room, is so important. You and I can talk to players, coaches can talk to players, but a lot of it comes from right in the room, and you need veteran players who were helped in the past by other veteran players to do the same thing and hand it down.
A couple of quick things to end our session here today. One is you've had a chance to get immersed in the community here in Columbus. You watched the Blue Jackets get actively involved here. In fact, you even took part in a food drive one day. What are your thoughts on the Blue Jackets in the community?
I love it. I love it. I think NHL teams and their players, and not only the players, because actually during this lockout you don't interact with the players much, but the staff has been involved. And you try to make your community a better place. A lot of people that work here have grown up in Columbus. They want to make it a better place. Hockey players and parts of management and things, they come in from other areas of the world, but I think they all sense a responsibility. And I know in watching the Blue Jackets work, since I've been here, knowing the NHL is not playing, they're not just sitting around, playing checkers or chess. They get out in the community doing all kinds of different things. And you don't even need to do it to get accolades. You would do it because it's the right thing to do. And this organization, I think, has been very good with it. I think you can make your area, the greater Columbus area, a better place by being involved. And I can't speak for other sports, but I can speak on behalf of hockey. Hockey players are great. Hockey organizations in every one of these cities where we have the NHL and the American League and the East Coast League, they all do their part, and every place is better because of it. And
in closing, your immediate plans here once the holidays get over as to what you'll zero in on next?
Well, we'll see exactly what's going to happen with the NHL. I mean, if the NHL figures this thing out with their players, I mean, everybody's going to flock to Columbus, and we're going to drop the puck and get it going. Training camp will be short, and games will be played right away. If not, I'm going to continue to travel all over the place and see a lot of hockey games. You know, when you get into the second half of the season, a lot of these kids, some will really improve that you haven't really thought of all that much. Others may fall a little bit. Others will lead their teams into playoffs in various leagues. You got to be on top of all that stuff. Watch that stuff. We'll have pro meetings. We'll have amateur scouting meetings, and we're going to beat the bushes, as they say, to try to get ready for the draft. That'll be the #1 priority if the NHL is not playing. If the NHL is playing, it'll still be a huge priority, and we'll get everything in there, and it'll be a lot of fun doing it. Mainly because we're going to hear skates and sticks and pucks and your voice and on television and the guys on radio. That's what we need. We need hockey to be played.
Can't wait. Well, Again, welcome to the Blue Jackets organization. Look forward to talking to you many
Yeah,
times.
sure, Jeff. Thanks. Anytime.
John Davidson, President of Hockey Operations for your Columbus Blue Jackets. And thanks for joining us here on Jackets TV, presented by Ohio Health.